Okay, I've just finished The Show Must Go On, and I see what is in front of me now here is In the Flesh. I guess I saw this title before, but it had a question mark after it. So I'm curious. I can't remember. Was that the first song in the whole series? And I've been through so much music in this process. I can't recall what it sounded like. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to compare the two musically at this moment, but I'll just listen and take it on its own as it is. And if there are any comparisons to be made later, I'll do that later. Here we go. I guess I have heard that music somewhere in the work before. I still don't know if it was the first thing I heard, but I heard some very familiar sounding features. I circled one as it was going. Then there's the bum 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 bum. You know, that little feature, which is my music is not following exactly there aren't so many repetitions and stuff, but it's this little figure here which is being repeated, and I guess I'll go back and look at that. But now we'll just continue. I'm going to start from where this... Here. You see me making some little circles. I'm hearing a voice of... There's the sort of synthesized chorus sound and the guitar and other instruments here, but I think that those little notes that I circled are being sung or spoken by one of the singers, either Waters or the other, and they have a different sound. Let's just go back through there a little bit again. Okay. Now we're here. Did you hear that little voice? I'm sure you've heard it before, but it's interesting.
show. To feel the warm thrill of confusion, that space cadet glow. I got some bad news for you, sunshine. Pink isn't well, he stayed back at the hotel and played Santa along as a surrogate band. We're gonna...
Interesting, considering we just heard that the show must go on. But now it seems like this person is out of it. He's too out of it, so somebody else has been sent in his place. It really has a sort of acrid feel to it. I'm going to back up a little bit.
Dead glow. I got some bad news for you, sunshine. Pink isn't well, he stayed back at the hotel and played Santa along as a surrogate band. We're gonna find out where you fans really stand. Are there any queers in the theater tonight? Get 'em up against the wall. Now there's one in the spotlight, he don't look right to me. Get him up against the wall. And that one looks Jewish, and that one's cool. Whoever is riffraff into the room. There's one smoking a joint, and another with spots. If I had my way, I'd have all that shot.
Now I'm a little bit puzzled about what it means that Pink isn't well, he stayed back at the hotel. And then all of this coming. All this bitterness and anger and, again, this otherness. Everybody else is an other. And in a very sinister, evil way, the attitude and the way of relating, if you can call it relating, to the audience. I guess I feel like this is still the same person who's no longer the same person. I'm not sure that this is a different band being brought in. I think it's the same, but who's totally lost his connection. So in that sense, he's no longer Pink. He's no longer the person he was. I might be wrong, but that's the feeling I get listening to the music. These are some pretty provocative lines. But I guess it makes sense, because the point is, if we lose connection with our soul, with who we are, we lose connection with reality, with who others are. And there's still this wall, these are all others, and they're not just others, they're dangerous others. Going back to the bricks that were put into the wall along his way, his parental influences and his school influences and all of these different things that brought him to this point. And this is the kind of breakdown in society that comes from cultivating these kinds of barriers. I don't think it can be blamed on some separate set of individuals who are hauled in to take care of the show. I think when Pink was left behind, it was the whole Pink that was left behind. Let's just keep going a little bit here. I guess it's the guitar. As I listened to that last solo section, again, it's the same thematic material that came at the beginning of the album, and now it's coming back here. It's the same title, In the Flesh. In the Flesh. And I remember that the first In the Flesh was about beginning and birth, and now this, is this a new beginning of a different sort? Is this I'm not sure, but obviously there's some important things to understand about what the music is linking us to. For that, I guess I need to go back and look at the first In the Flesh and find out a bit more about what it's setting us up for. And then come back to this and look at the references and allusions taking place between the two In the Fleshes. And of course, the lyrics play a large part, but there is some musical significance here, which at this moment, I recognize that there's something there, but I don't know exactly what it is yet. So I will have to come back to that and let you know on the in-depth portion. So that was my first time hearing In the Flesh without a question mark. And now let's go on and see what comes next.